Also, I think I saw someone ask where's D tier. I didn't like how it looked. I didn't like how it looked, and I got tired of the meme. So I'm like, who cares? I'm gonna I'll put Walking Doki in C. I don't care anymore. So today we are looking at only 4 mods for the update. I say only 4, but I think that's around how many I usually actually get done usually with these. Because I don't like to do these when I have like 7 things to rate, because then I start forgetting things and forgetting like things about certain mods, and then I'm like, what did happen in this one again? So I like to do it by 4s, maybe 3s, so I can some of this is still fresh in my head. I can still remember what the hell I'm talking about. So let's begin here, shall we? With Yuri's new toy. This is like, wasn't this one like 5 minutes? This one was like 5 minutes long, but like I have to rate it, so I can't treat it poorly. I know it was 20 minutes, and this one was actually long. Yeah, wait, what the hell? This mod was actually semi-long to a degree. Yeah, because this one was the one where Yuri gets a katana, and then she cuts Monica in half, and then they all have to put Monica back together. It's like Humpty Dumpty, except, with anime girls and katanas. Yeah. I think that one was, I mean, it's basically a comedy mod. I don't know why I'm trying to sit here and act as if, like, I'm about to have a deep discussion on why Yuri's a new toy is an interesting mod. It was pretty good, though. It was pretty funny. All of the girls were pretty much in character for the most part, I'd say. I like the funny thing with Monica kind of waiting for the girls. Like, she could have put herself back together the entire time using the console, but she just kind of was waiting to, to let the girls try to figure it out. And then just was like, look over there, and then just fixed herself. So that was kind of funny. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty solid. It's a pretty solid comedy mod. Wasn't too short. Didn't overstay its welcome. Had some funny coding. I like Monica's body slowly sliding off. Her upper half slowly sliding off herself. But, yeah, I don't know. Because part of me is, like, thinking A tier, and then I was like, what about B tier? About B tier. What's in B+? Would I consider it better than... I feel like I'd have to, like, compare... Okay, Doki Vision. I feel like I have to compare it to other mods, and it's kind of, like, genre. So I guess comparison, it'd be, like, Doki Vision. But I consider it better than Doki Vision. I'd say it's better than Doki Vision. Is that on the same level as Can You Spare a Poem, though? That is a good... Is it better than the Sonic mod? I think actually B+ might be safer for it, honestly. I think it's like around the same level as Doki Vision. Not because there's anything particularly wrong with this mod. I think it's just... I don't know. I don't... Maybe if it... I mean, as much as I want to say it didn't overstay its welcome, it's like, maybe if it was... It doesn't feel like it does as great as the things in A tier do, I guess. It doesn't attempt to do as great as the things in A tier do. I don't know, like a way to try to describe why it's not an A tier. It's like, I don't really rate these by whether it did anything bad per se, It's like, it didn't do anything wrong, and it's like, just because it doesn't do anything exactly inherently wrong, I don't think that should make me put it in A tier. Like, it's just, like, it accomplished what it feels like a B+, It feels like a B+. It's interchangeable between B+ and A. I think the only reason why I rated it here was because it doesn't feel like it's on the same level as a lot of A mods. That's really the main reason why I put it in B+. A lot of the mods in A I feel like are higher than it by a lot, while a lot of the ones in B+ are more around that. A date to dream of. So this one, I do have a notepad for me to have some notes, so I kind of can, get track of what I want to talk about. So yeah, this one was the one where we have a date with Natsuki. For the most part, it's going well, and then suddenly, fucking Monica cuts in, and we're like, whoa, and then we got like an Undertale battle. Like, I don't fucking, there's like I think that's almost the Undertale fight, I'm pretty sure, which was really random and weird. It was creative. It was cute. I think the dialogue also was kind of, was kind of odd. Wait, this was the mod with the PNG of the garlic bread, wasn't it? This was the mod that had the garlic bread PNG. I'm remembering now. Yeah, this was the mod that, like, started off pretty normally, and then it slowly, like, had Natsuki just, like, devolving into madness, and then Monica being like, you're just in a game, Natsuki, you can't do anything. And then there's, like, an Undertale battle with her. It's all over the place. like, I think for a concept, it's a cute concept, you know, like having, like, it's a cool concept that it's like, you know, oh, you're on a date with Natsuki, but uh-oh, it's actually, you know, not a date at all, you know, Monica. Like, I like that DDLC in character-esque concept of, you know, it being all a part of that. I also remember this mod being just basically a teaser for a bigger mod. So I'd probably give this one a B. I don't think it's C tier by any means because the Undertale coding was kind of pretty. It was pretty. The Undertale coding was pretty interesting, and I mean the dialogue. At times it did borderline shitpost. The PNG of the garlic bread for sure. Definitely led to that feeling. But I don't know. For the most part, it was a nice little romp. It was definitely a teaser for a bigger mod, and I think it was made for a Natsuki mod jam, I'm pretty sure, too. So it's a little weird, though. A Natsuki mod jam ain't even about Natsuki the entire way. And Monica shows up at the end. Feels like kind of cheated. What does the frown mean? I'm furious. I feel like we have to explain this every time. I'm not upset about it, because it's funny. A long time ago, Purist Mod is only put in B tier because chat didn't want it to be in B tier. Chat was mean and wanted Purist Mod to be in C. I had to fight for Purist Mod to be in B tier. Chat wanted it to be in C. I fought for it to be in B. The sad face is a reminder of the battle that was fought. And also, for anybody who's asking, Zero, I think the joke with Purist Mod has kind of run its course. I personally think that it's time for you to get rid of it. Well, I'd love to get rid of it. Sadly, the smiley face is now attached to the Purist Mod layer. So, I can't get rid of it. It's stuck there forever. There's nothing we can do. So, sadly, that's gonna be there forever. I hope you're all prepared for everyone to ask me multiple times why there's a sad face on Purist Mod. And for anyone who asks, do not feel bad. There's no context, so it's half the time. So don't worry, it's understandable. All right, so now Good Ending Act 2. So this was weird. I was gonna originally not really rate this because I was like, oh, it's an Act 2. You know, I don't really rate mods by their chapters. Like Fruits was rated in its entirety, right? So, you know, I don't really rate them by their chapters. But then I remembered that I rated Good Ending's demo and Good Ending Act 1 as 2 separate mods. So I was like, well, if I'm gonna do that for those, then I feel like I kind of have to do that for this, right? Like, it's either I don't do that for this and I try to combine them all into one, or I just, you know, separate them. So I mean, at this point, I guess we're reviewing Good Ending by its acts, I suppose. Like, I don't. I guess this is what we're doing now. So Good Ending Act 2. It was a very strong Act 2. I really liked how the story developed. I liked that we got to, Monica finally learned the truth, which definitely made things way more interesting, because I think in this act, we got to see way more of MC and Monica working together, which was kind of hinted at with Act 1's, but we never fully got to see it. Now that Monica, you know, knows the truth, Act 2 was definitely focused more on them trying to fix the game, and then we got to talk to No-Face Natsuki a little bit more. We got to learn about her character, actually, and how it's it's actually like a girl, if I recall correctly. It's been a bit. It's been a bit since Good Ending. I think it actually is like a girl of some sort, you know? I really like that. You know, characterization for all the girls felt pretty on point as far as I can remember. I don't remember anybody being too odd. I remember Natsuki being Natsuki, Sayori being Sayori, Yuri was Yuri. And I think Monica was Monica for the most part, if I recall correctly. I don't think there was anything too weird with her, if I can't remember. And if I did have any problems, it was probably minor. So, because I can't think of them right now. So, the one things I do remember kind of having a slight issue with this chapter was big giant blobby man. It's like I feel like I'd be remiss to not bring up the big blobby men in the room. I feel like they were too silly. They were too funny. Like, I'm sorry. The blob men were too silly to look at. I couldn't take them seriously. They showed up and they were like, literature. I don't know if it was because I was giving them a funny voice, but also like, what am I supposed to imagine them to sound like? They were big old blobs. Like, what was I supposed to make them sound like? They're probably going to sound like, brrr. So, like, you know, I thought the blobby men were a little too silly. The art was really good. You know, once again, Good Ending has beautiful art from all the different CG artists. I know there wasn't just one this time because I recognized different styles being there. But, you know, everybody who did work on it had some amazing-ass art, of course. I like the development with the MC, you know, him kind of trying to figure out a little bit who he was. There was, I don't know if this will affect my rating. I remember there was like that one scene where MC was like really hard on himself about being a loser. And I think like they brought up him masturbating, I think. Like, I'm pretty sure I could be misinterpreting what that scene was supposed to be, but like he had like a dirty magazine and he was like he brought up like a dirty magazine and he was like, I know what I'd be doing right now if I didn't have my he was like, if I didn't have like, you know, if I wasn't like in control or something. It was something like that. And I was like, don't be so hard on yourself, buddy. It's like, come on, man, this is normal for a boy your age. He treated it like it was the worst crime. Yeah, like he was like sitting here like, I'd just be sitting here, just treating myself. Like, I'm just like, dude, calm down. You're a teenage boy. That's normal. I thought that part was a little silly. And I don't think it, like I said, that's not gonna really affect my choice or anything. I just thought it was something I remembered. One other thing I remember having a very specific problem with, though, was the cliffhanger. Because I remember having a lot of discussions and stuff with that one. And I'm still not the biggest fan of the cliffhanger. I don't know. I've had some discussions with people. I've heard some people, it didn't really bother them, and that's fine. I think after a bit, I did kind of feel a little bit better about it. Because I think I misremembered some parts of the cliffhanger. And I think someone kind of helped correct me. I don't remember specifically what it was, but I do remember parts I didn't really like was, yeah, the girls not really leaving Monica or MC to really explain themselves, like, almost at all, and just ultimately jumping the gun and being like, you're hanging out, you're treating Sayori badly, and I was like, that felt extremely just weird. Yuri's thing, actually, if anything, I felt like Yuri felt the most justified because she literally, you know, MC literally exposes the fact that he basically let loose her secret when she thought she could confide in him. Like, Yuri has the most, I think, justified reason to be upset at MC. Yeah, right, now I remember now. The Sayori thing, I didn't really like it because they were, like, acting as if MC betrayed Sayori when MC quite literally stated to Sayori, we're not together. You know, this isn't a real thing. Like, we're not actually together here. You know, like, bro set boundaries. And then Sayori was the one who thought more than what it actually was. So it was like, come on, man. Like, how was my man getting blamed for this? He didn't do anything wrong. I don't know. I mean, it definitely felt like one of those things where it definitely felt like it was there to be a cliffhanger. Like, it definitely felt like there had to be a cliffhanger, and it felt like this was there to be a cliffhanger. I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of how that played out. Overall, though, I think I'd probably give Act 2 of Good Ending a A tier still. I still do think it's extremely solid. I do think it's extremely solid. I don't think I like it as much as Act 1, though, due to some of the issues that I mentioned. I don't think I like it as much as Act 1. I don't think it's as strong as Act 1 entirely, or at least in terms of blowing me away like Act 1 did. But I do think overall it is still pretty solid despite the things I brought up. I do think it is still a pretty solid mod altogether, because I do like how the story developed. I like how, you know, it was really nice. It was really cool to see like Monica and MC delve deeper into the world and like it being in the darkness. That fucking fake Monica part, that shit was really cool too. I was actually like, I found myself very invested when they were like going down the corridor and everything and like really trying to discover what was going on in the world. Like that, I found myself extremely invested in that. So yeah, no, that was. Oh, fucking! Fucking saying that just reminded me of the other blob guy who was in the library who just let them pass. I love that guy, but also like I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that guy. Because I'm just like, am I supposed to love that guy? Am I supposed to be unsettled by him? Like, I don't know. Gerald. Yeah, I think we named him Gerald. I don't know. He was a cool guy, you know. You know what? I like him. Fuck it. I love that guy. I love Gerald. But yeah, I think A tier is pretty good for it. You know, until we get an A+ tier. No, the fuck. No. I'm sticking with B+ for now. I don't know if I'll ever jump down the rabbit hole of B-, but as of right now, I'm sticking with B+. And now we have Doki Doki Literature Club, the mod in which Natsuki has a nice day and nothing horrible happens to her. Thank you very much. So this mod actually kind of surprised me, because like I really don't know what I was expecting with this. Like, to be 100% honest with you, I don't know what I was expecting with this mod. I was kind of expecting a short shitpost, I guess. Like, I thought it was just a joke mod, maybe, right? Because I don't play shitpost, so I was hoping that I wasn't playing a shitpost. I went in hoping it wasn't a shitpost. And I got a very clever idea, you know? It's a very clever idea. I like the aspect that it's a mod that's created by Natsuki. Like, Natsuki is in control of the game, and she created her own mod. And so, since it's created by her, nothing bad happens to her. It's just kind of a little slice of life mod, and I find that funny. I also like the choose your own adventure kind of aspects. I like that you get to choose what to do, and like there's little time management. Granted, there's only time management in the beginning. Would have been kind of cool if there was time management, like, you know, the entire time throughout, but I mean, understandable if they didn't want to do that, because, you know, fucking, that sounds like a lot of hard work. But there is a lot of interesting coding. I still don't know how the fuck they did the one thing where the notepad in my folder was constantly changing to reflect what endings I got. I thought that was insane. I don't even know how the fuck it was doing that shit. Granted, I'm not, like, you know, that experienced with coding, so that's just, you know, there is that, but it's like, still, that was still very impressive. I thought that was really cool. The only downside I would say is that there were some bugs. There were definitely some bugs. This mod was pretty buggy with some of the things that would happen. Like, I think there was like one scene where I think Natsuki's sprite was like gigantic and then just went back to normal. There was like one scene where Monica was talking and she wasn't even on screen, and I don't even know if that was intentional or not. Well, she was there, but like she was there talking, but she was not there. There was some dialogue that also felt kind of odd from some of the characters. Specifically, I think I can remember, I think was when Sayori showed up. Like, a lot of when Sayori and MC were there, a lot of the dialogue felt kind of odd. But there was also, like, some really cool ideas here. I love the fucking, I love the baking mini game, the one where you have to, like, pick the right things to bake the cupcakes. I thought that was cool. You know, I thought it was cute that you had to take the cupcake recipe and put it in the characters folder for her to know the cupcakes, how to make them. I thought the fact the mod had multiple endings was, you know, definitely over its pay grade. It didn't have to do that. I don't think anybody expected this mod to have multiple endings, but yeah, no, it had that. Like, I don't know. This is one of those things where it's like, it succeeded in a lot of what it executed and set out to do, but also a lot of the things it set out to do was kind of buggy at the same time. It's very mixed. Because, yeah, it's like, I definitely don't want to do C tier. It's definitely not C tier. I'll definitely say that for sure. It's definitely not C. I feel like I'm hovering between A and B, but it's like, I feel like with some of the stuff it did, I feel like some of the dialogue stuff definitely kind of threw it down You know, some of the dialogue being odd and some of the bugs here and there definitely kind of messed up. But it did definitely feel like it was a tech demo, you know? Like, it felt like that was the point of the mod. It felt like it was just a mod that was made for the developer to kind of test some things for, like, an actual mod that they were creating. Like, that's what it definitely felt like. I think it probably is the best example of a B+, though. Considering the fact that Look Around and Find Out is also on there, and that is also basically the equivalent of a test mod, which I think that actually also got an update. I need to actually play the updated version of that. I think this is actually, yeah, I think that's probably also a B+. I think this is also a B+, honestly. I feel like it's a pretty solid B+ tier. Because a lot of the things it sets out to do, I think it does succeed in a good majority of those things. But there is also a good level of things where it kind of messes up a bit. Some of the, I think it's lacking polish, I think is mainly what it is. Like, a lot of the stuff that it does is really cool, but it definitely isn't as polished. And granted, it does feel like a tech demo, so I feel like that could also be, you know, kind of not the developer's main option there. Now, you may think I'm done, but actually, I need to see if there's any mods I might have changed my mind about. Need to make a D tier list for some? Nah. I still don't think any of these are bad enough for me to make a D tier. I was like, I don't think there's any of these I, like, really, like, despised. I feel like even then at the lowest, I'm just like, eh. That's what C tier is. C tier is, eh. It's fine. Like, behind closed doors should be grouped into one. Yeah, wait, why are all of them? They're all in the same rank, too. At that point, yeah, like, Photoshop makes this more fun because I can do little silly stuff like this. It adds character. That too. It does. I feel like it helps it stand out because, you know, every time people use tier lists, you know, they always use those. So I feel like, I don't know, this one gives it character. it gives it character. It makes me stand out amongst the rest. Also, I just want to clarify for anyone who might not understand, these aren't ordered. Before anybody asks, I know this doesn't mean I think Oni-chan Club is better than Exit Music or anything. These, when they're in the list, they are not ordered. I am not going to sit here and order these. I am not going to sit here and make a fucking bracket between Doki Doki Date Club and fucking We Are the Literature Club too. Oni-chan Club is better than Exit Music. I mean, I don't know. I'm not having that discussion. I don't even know what I'd rank that on. New charity goal, 0 orders the tier list. Yeah, sure. If someone pays me like, yeah, $200, I'd order this fucking tier list, sure. Oh, if anything, I probably should look at the S tier. Oh, is there any new S tier additions? Because I like to keep my S tier very coveted, you know? Like, I want the S tier to be very special. Because I know if you watch some of the older tier list videos, the S tier used to have a bunch of shit in it, right? Like, there was a lot of mods in S tier at one point. So, but eventually I did like a rework of the S tier, and you can notice a lot of them moved down to A. Because, you know, I want it to be like, when I put something in S, and I want it to be like, oh, damn. That must be really special, you know? And it had Friday Night Funkin'. Hey, that's a good mod. Man, you know Doki Takeover was good when you got people who don't even like Friday Night Funkin' liking that mod. Like, people like DDLC enough to like that mod. That mod deserves an S tier for that. You're saying that because you were in it? Honestly, this mod, I think it was an S tier, I think, before that, if I recall correctly, before I was even in it. That's not even the plus logo. Actually, yeah, wait a minute. We didn't even rank plus. Yeah, that's before I was even in it. I didn't even give it its new logo. Paper Small Yuri deserves to be there. Probably, I don't know. I had some doubts, maybe moving that to A tier, but no, I think it was cute. It was adorable. I needed to be an S. Pokemon Trainer Club also deserves to be an S. I don't care what anyone says. That one was really fun. That one deserves S tier also. I think S is staying like this. Memories of Nothing is still probably my favorite mod out of the Fleeting Feelings, like, separations of all of them, like, singly. I think Fleeting Feelings is still, Memories of Nothing is still probably my favorite one. So that one definitely deserves to be S tier too. Anyway, we'll update this again probably once Salvation Remake is done and, you know, some more mods are finished during that time. But who knows? Maybe we'll play some short mods before Salvation Remake and we'll have enough to rank again. But anyway, for now, that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see this image in its entirety, the link to the image will be in the description below. This has been Zero. Peace.
Put your hands up, wave it side to side for good.